What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Community AI Only Battle. It's time to check the info addicts. Let's see how things are looking. It's turn 351, so 49 turns to go, basically. For those of you that weren't sure when we were going to, I've mentioned it a few times in the previous videos, but this is going to be the last time, because obviously we won't get to... We'll look at them at 400 as well, but it's going so slowly now. It's been a while since 300. I thought it would be good to recap, and here we are straight away. Population: Samoa leading the way, 53 million. Vietnam in second, 45 million people. The Huns then have 41 million. Ethiopia, 36 million. Belgium in fifth, 28 million. Crop yield, it is Ethiopia leading the way, 442 million bushels. Then Vietnam, 411. The Huns have 356, 340 for Texas. There's a bit of a drop off to the Moors at 270. Production now, a big one. Vietnam leading the way, 589 million tons. Ethiopia just behind, 493. Texas then a bit behind that, 430. The Huns 352. The Moors 332. Belgium and Austria also up there, surprisingly. The Europeans still doing very well. GNP, well, if that's in millions, then the economy, I think this is gold income, actually, so we'll look at the other one in a minute to show this one, actually. Net gold is more important. But yeah, gold income, Vietnam make $1 billion gold per turn, technically, if you count this as millions. But yeah, net gold's more important, so we'll look at that in more detail. Land area, Vietnam, 4.6 million square kilometers, just ahead of Ethiopia at 4.41 million square kilometers. Then it's a bit of a drop off, over 1 million kilometers of drop off to Texas, who have 3.25 million square kilometers. Then it's the Huns, 2.8 million, 2.6 million for the Moors, 2 million for the Inca, quite a few on 1 million. Below that, military manpower. This is the big one, isn't it? Here we go. Leading the way, Vietnam, 777,000 soldiers. Ethiopia in second, well off that, 638,000. Then it's the Huns in third with 434,000. Belgium and the Moors, fourth and fifth, surprisingly, 388,000, 375,000. You see Burundi in eighth, Nigeria 10th. Obviously, that big war between them that's just come to an end has knocked them down a little bit. Mali and Mongolia are surprisingly high up as well. It's impressive. Social policies, Samoa lead the way, 28, Ethiopia on 25, Vietnam 24, Iroquois, India and the Huns all have 23. They're some of the leaders there. Happiness, as long as no one's negative. No one is negative. The Sioux, obviously, their recent settling and the Texan conquering has hurt theirs a little bit, quite clearly. Technologies, who's last? Persia. Okay, some of them aren't even alive. Here's everyone that's dead. Qing, China, Papal States, the Maya, Egypt, Prussia, all gone completely. Leading the way, Vietnam 60. Actually, we just saw this list at the end of the last video, but I'll go over the top 5 again. Vietnam 65, Samoa 62, Ethiopia and Japan on 59, Belgium, Brazil, Burundi and Nigeria on 58. Net gold, the more important one. This is the gold, their income, but it's also, this is basically gold per turn. I've been figuring out what some of the things are over the time I've done these games. Vietnam lead the way, 323 million gold. Burundi, 311 million gold in second. Belgium, 300 in third. The Incans, 174, and Austria, 161 gold per turn, effectively. The Soviet Union, minus 80. They lost their capital, which doesn't help. The Aztecs, minus 32. Zulu, minus 27 as well. So there's some people definitely in economic hardship here. Australia, another one who are still alive. Cities, who's got one left? The Shoshone, Babylon, Kilwa, and Byzantium. 2 for the Celts, Argentina. The Soviet Union and Korea have 3. Samoa, Zulu, Mongolia, Iroquois, and Nigeria have 4. 5 for Burundi, Mali, and India. 6 for Brazil, Rhodesia, Belgium, Polynesia, and Austria. 7 for Australia. 8 for Inca. 9 for the Moors. 10 for the Huns. 12 for the Sioux. 14 for Texas, 15 for Vietnam, and 17 for Ethiopia. Science is Vietnam leading the way, 1,200 output per turn, insane. So they're going to keep that lead for now. Ethiopia quite far behind, to be fair, at 907, but then they're still very far ahead of Samoa, 584, and the Moors 569. The Huns 521 in fifth, but it is very close. The top, obviously, when I do the results, it's top 10, not top 5, so it's going to be very, very interesting to see who comes where. It's going to be really interesting. Culture, Vietnam leading the way again, 313, Ethiopia 257, The Huns 181, Texas 179, Samoa 178. Maybe the winner won't be so interesting, and second might just be edged already by now. But the rest of it is going to be really interesting to see who comes where. Wonders, Vietnam have 11, Samoa 5, Ethiopia, Belgium 4, Polynesia, Texas have 3. Treasury, lots of gold for Belgium, Burundi, Austria, Mali, Vietnam all stored away. A few civs with no money, but Poochie apparently have 25 gold. I mean, they're not even around anymore. Treasury, total faith. Let's see who's got the most faith stored up. Ethiopia, probably not spending it wisely. Faith gain though, Ethiopia leading the way, 105. That's double Belgium on 48, Burundi on 42, Mali 39, the Inca 36, Vietnam also 36. Civs influence, Vietnam are now influential over 7 civs. Not that matters because it's domination only. Samoa and Ethiopia on 3, everyone else has got 1. I imagine everyone's probably got, oh no, a few people have got none. Those who are dead and the really small civs. Great works. 17 Vietnam, 16 Ethiopia, 13 Huns, 12 for Texas and Mongolia, 10 Belgium, Mali as well. Trade routes, Ethiopia and Vietnam both have 8, 7 for Burundi, Huns, Samoa, Australia, Rhodesia, Nigeria, so everyone else is around 6. And that leaves one more, oh, tourism, sorry. Tourism, Vietnam leading the way, 124, Huns 58, Ethiopia 47, Brazil 44, Mongolia 37, Burundi 36. Just quickly, this video or the next one, I'm expecting like a delivery to turn up, so just a quick, if we hear like a loud bang, and that's where I disappear off to. Of course I'll edit it out, but just to let you know. Oh, it finally worked. Number of cities. The biggest religion is Hinduism in the New World from the Mayans, because there's no other religion over there. 47 cities. Korea have managed to spread Confucianism to 32 cities. That's impressive. Then there's a bit of a fight for third between Buddhism from Belgium, Eastern Orthodox from Ethiopia, and Judaism from Burundi across Europe and Africa, 24, 23, 22. Catholicism is limited to the British Isles, and I think Sikhism is still around in Rome until Ethiopia decide to get rid of it. Let's see, it does look like Ethiopia will be taking the city of Ghent this video, but let's see for now how Brazil do here. Are they going to cling on? Or not cling on, they've sort of failed actually. They've given up attacking the Incans. Maybe Argentina could, like, if they just were like, yeah, let's declare war. I mean, there's still these Brazilian units coming from the south here, so maybe there's a chance they'll grab it. And maybe they will take La Plata back, because the Incans have a melee unit over here to take it back. I don't know how they took it in the first place. The unit must have died, because Brazil have got their Prachinas here, which could definitely sneak in if this artillery does enough damage. Texas is also definitely trying to take this island as well, and I think they could be successful. The Sioux and the Iroquois war is still raging on, but it's not going too well. The Iroquois finally have artillery and Great War Infantry, which is good for them. The Sioux have Great War Infantry, to be fair, but they're probably still quite far behind. But lots of crazy settling from them. Don't be fooled if you're only just joining us sort of late in this series. Obviously, be sure to go watch all the previous episodes to see how we got here, but obviously all this stuff for the Sioux is going to be, it's all relatively new. They've settled it all in like the last 20, 30 turns. Very weird. Okay, Vietnam, you're going to use these weapons of mass destruction. I've got 4 of them. We'll see if they use them. It is rare that they get used. I'm going to be honest, it's very rare that we will see them used. But let's see. The Huns, of course, declared war on India. I think that's going to be a tough fight for them to go through. Austria are going to keep going for Kiev. I'm not sure they'll be too successful here, but taking Moscow is still pretty big. Not sure if it was the best city. It was the city they needed the most of their neighbours, but this never happens. This is like a code red. What happens now? Vietnam versus Ethiopia just broke out. Now, obviously, it's for this island in the Indonesian islands, but Ethiopia aren't going to take... I mean, I say they aren't going to take this. These frigates will not be able to fight the Vietnamese Navy. I mean, this is big. Like, if this... Okay, in all the battles I've done, I mean, normally the powers are far away, which sort of stops it, but it's very rare you see the 2 most powerful civs at war. It's going to happen right now. Again, I don't think Ethiopia really have the ability to defend this, and you know, even if with all these frigates that they do have, they're just not going to be able to compete with Vietnam's battleships. But we'll see if they send them over, or will they upgrade them first? Because I mean, they must have oil. Like, if Ethiopia doesn't have oil, then that is like the most unlucky thing of all time, because they definitely have oil. But their turn's taking ages. They're definitely going to respond. Vietnam will take some losses. They will lose some of these ships out here. I wonder if they'll also go for Ethiopian New Zealand. Is that? No, I thought Samoa might have some atomic bombs, but no. But yeah, I imagine Vietnam, they'll put up a bit of a fight, but I just don't see them. Yeah, they've actually hidden some of their boats. They're going to kill off some of the lone ones, hide the rest of them, hope that the rest of Vietnam doesn't come after them. Because Vietnam should find this pretty easy, but there we go. The two biggest powers in the game are at war. Who would have thought we'd have seen that? Let's see, are Brazil going to have some luck here? No, they're going to... Oh, yes, they retook La Plata. And as I said, the Incans can take it down to 0 health, but they won't be able to take it back. Samoa has peaced out with Australia. That was a short-lived war. The Incans have also pretty much died out in attacking them. So Australia is safe. Once again, they had one pretty... I mean, we can see they have a big army. That's not the most useful. They should really focus on a navy. Also, I've got an idea. Maybe a TSL as Australia would be interesting, but maybe not. Maybe not the most fun. Who knows? Who knows? We will see, won't we? I haven't actually got anything planned, so it could be that. I mean, technically, I haven't done one as an Oceanian Civ, and I was trying to do every continent, so maybe... Oh, okay, Texas took this island. Dominican Republic / Haiti. And that's pretty big. So most of the Okay, 3 of the 5 Caribbean cities are now Texan. Brazil has 1. The Moors still have 1, to be fair to them. And they're well in place to defend it, if need be. And now let's see if Ethiopia are going to continue this assault on Belgium. That's a big question. Are they going to keep going? 'Cause they may... I mean, they're going to lose that island, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Like, if they can take this, that would be really, really big. Especially for the future of Europe, where Austria these planes will help, and they have surrounded it. If they can get some more artillery a little bit closer, who knows, maybe Kiev could fall. It's a possibility, but we'll see. Korea seem to have just been blocked by I feel like they just lost their open borders with Mongolia, and now they're in a really bad spot, because Vietnam could really give Korea a bad time if it was to happen. India is still up here. I'm surprised that this city's just been left there. I was thinking when I was reading out the info addicts, I was like, India have 5 cities? Where's the 5th one? But yeah, I forgot it was up there. So I forgot, it said one about Samoa having a 4th, and I was like, where? But I just forgot again that they'd just taken northern Madagascar in a peace deal. Rhodesia have machine guns. Like, they are still a surprise package down here. They have their unique units, the Celos Scouts. We'll see what they get up to. And that is Kilwa entering the modern era. Good job. You're still keeping up just about. Burundi now has anti-aircraft guns. I thought they had a nuke for a minute. I saw that plane. I was like, nope, that can't be. Not when they still have lancers. But yeah, they'll be keeping an eye. But Ethiopia are definitely going to be stretched here and tested. Let's see. This is obviously the big point. Vietnam have landed Viet Cong, which is actually really bad news. And also, all their boats are dead. Ethiopia managed to kill all the boats that are around here. Some of them are still up north. But if they can just destroy... If Ethiopia are smart, they'll use their artillery. They'll try to keep the frigates alive. And if they can destroy the battleships, anything's possible. Like, anything is possible. They could win this. They could hold on, because we know the Viet Cong is pretty useless. We saw Vietnam trying to take out Qing for a very long time and failing. So anything's possible. But yeah, that is a huge war. And let's see how they respond, Ethiopia. Yeah, they're not sending anything. I mean, it's just maybe they'll defend it, maybe they won't. They'll just try as hard as they can with what they've got. But that's me for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like on the video, be sure to comment down below, and be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.